later.
And Leslie has been on my ass about not coming to the lake. But that's fine because I'm 30 years old, well, almost 30, it is what it is.
Danger, Will Robinson! Danger! No, Will Robinson! Danger!
God, you guys, here comes Leslie. Here comes Leslie. Oh my gosh.
Me because I guess Leslie and Ashley talked, and Ashley's like, Leslie's just a concerned parent. I'm like, sure, I get that, right? Like, sure, I get that. But the line for me gets drawn when I'm getting cursed out at. The line for me gets drawn when I'm getting called out of my name. I'm getting called retarded. I'm getting called stupid, and whatever else that was said. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I ain't never gave a fuck about hoes. I ain't never gave a fuck about sex work. Like, you do you, boo. I don't give a fuck. But it's just the irony is not lost on me that you're the actual hoe. You can't even introduce these people to me by name. And you're over here calling my sibling a hoe. You're calling my other parent a hoe.
Let's bring Letitia, Linda, Alicia, Dawn, Veronica, Carrie, Vicky, Cookies. I met her in an ice cream parlor.
I got lost, right? So I'm calling Leslie to come pick me up. And Leslie is like, where are you? And I'm like, that's a good question. My coaches explained where I was. And I got cursed out again. You're so fucking dumb. How the hell you don't know where because the church was 2 minutes away from my house. The church was 2 minutes away from my house. And they're like, you're so fucking dumb. You don't pay attention to shit. You're talking about your stepchild like that. And the fact that it's you're the fucking hoe.
I saw him with my own eyes. Most shameful.
We interrupt this program to bring you
non-niche entertainment show.
all right.
Niche, the malfunctioning adult. Thrown to the wolves as an adult, Niche was captured by Uncle Sam, who lives in the middle of the hood. Adulthood. But creepy stuff happens in adulthood. It's up to Niche and her lack of entertainment skills to find meaning, laughter, and joy to save her new hood.
Stupid
Millennial XC boomers.
made me look bad.
What is up, y'all? It's your girl Niche, and welcome to Non-Niche Entertainment, where we have no niches on this channel. We do a variety of things, such as, and today I'm just gonna explain my channel type shit. Also, can I tell y'all just a real quick story? Do you ever just get to a certain age and you're like, my life is not my life? I'm almost 30 years old, and I came to watch one of my parents. So I don't like to expose people in my life. I don't even like to come from a place of anger if somebody pissed me off. That's not what this channel is for. This channel is not to get on and air people out. So my parents, I'm going to call one of them Ashley, and I'm going to call one of them Leslie. We're giving them gender-neutral names. Ooh, it's going to be Ashley, it's going to be Leslie. Those are the two gender-neutral names we're going with for my parents. So spoiler alert. Not spoiler alert. So here's tea. I came here to watch Leslie, and Leslie has
This, be nice. I'm finding it. It take you that long to find it? It does.
Been on my ass about not coming to the lake. And I'm just but Leslie, I'm almost 30 years old. I'm going to the lake. And Leslie is yelling and you gotta go home. And I'm I have to go home?
Down by the bay.
Down by the bay.
Back to my home.
Back to my home.
I dare not go.
I dare not go.
And I'm I have to go home? Because I want to go sit by the lake? And I'm but wait, you just had surgery. I came to watch you for your surgery, Leslie. How are you going to send me home? Who's going to watch you, Leslie? Let me just go chill by the lake. What's your problem? Let me just go chill by the lake. So I say all this to say, if you hear yelling or somebody cursing me out, in the background, I came here to watch Leslie. So if Leslie discovers I'm by the lake. I'm gonna get yelled and cursed out, but that's fine because I'm 30 years old. Like, well, almost 30. Like, it is what it is. Like, so I just wanted to give y'all that tad bit of tea. Anyways, hi, I'm Niche. Welcome to my channel, Non-Niche Entertainment, where we have no niches. Let's get started. So, you guys, the reason why I created this channel is just that I want to make. By the way, I'm a very corny person. Like, extra corny, extra cheesy. Like, I'm like Mexican street corn. You know what I'm saying? You guys, the reason why I created this channel and the reason why I've come before you today to talk, because, like, well, I just want to make content that makes us content. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to make content that makes us content. And lately, I've realized a lot of content that I've been like,
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. No, Will Robinson. Danger.
you guys, here comes Leslie. Here comes Leslie. Oh my gosh. I gotta hide.
What it is, y'all, it's future Niche. I kind of realized I'm just really honing in. This person is trying to keep me out because I went to the lake, but you guys, it was more than just about the lake. And I feel like if I don't add the extra context, that it's just going to seem like a lot of pieces missing.
So this is us fast forwarding 1 or 2 days later. If you want to watch what happened after Leslie caught me at the lake, then you can fast forward the video, but I wanted to give you context about my childhood and why I had to take a stand.
Leslie is a very controlling, very my way or the highway, verbally abusive, sometimes physically abusive. And I don't mean like I'm going to beat you. Like, they did that to my older sibling, but I think Leslie found out very quickly. I would call the police. Hello? Because you guys, I wasn't a bad kid. I have to explain to you guys the dynamics of me growing up, escaping that for 6 years and then coming back to it. Okay, the inside looking in, I'm like, that wasn't even that bad, Niche. Like, why did you lose your cool? Like, that wasn't even that bad. And then I just had to think about my childhood. And it's been 6 years since I've spent the night with Leslie or just stayed with Leslie. It's been 6 years. And it just triggered me back to my childhood. My gosh, like, if you don't know what it's like to have a military parent, then amen. Consider yourself lucky. But military parents are very tyrannical. Now, I don't know if this is the case for everybody, but military parents are verbally abusive and physically abusive. Again, I don't know the statistics. All my friends that I've talked to that had military parents, physically and verbally abusive. And if you're wondering what type of kid I was, you guys, graduated with a 3.7 grade point average. I didn't interact with people on a non-platonic level until I was in my 20s. Not that marks a good child, not that it marks a bad child if you haven't, if you know what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, like, all I did was focus on my grades and my friends and like orchestra. But you guys, I just had mental issues. Like, I don't know if it was depression, anxiety, like, I don't know, but it was very hard for me to take care of my personal hygiene. It was very hard for me to take care of the household hygiene. It was hard for me to get out of bed. And also, like, my time management was very poor. I would miss the bus a lot because it was just very hard for me to get out of bed. Or if it was one of those days where it's like, okay, I can get out of bed, this is great. Even if I did get out of bed, I like dragged. Like, to this day, I have a problem with, girl, why are you dragging? And I don't even notice I'm dragging. I call it taking my time to smell the roses. But to other people, it's just like, you're dragging. So I don't know, like, Leslie thought I did all of these things to spite them. They thought that I didn't clean the house to spite them. They got onto me for my personal hygiene. You're a female, Leslie got onto me about missing the bus. Like, Leslie thought I was doing all these things on purpose. Come to find out, as an adult, Leslie's still seeing I have these same problems. And there's no, like, shit, sorry, I should have got you checked out mentally. I should have just noticed you were a good kid. Like, you make good grades, you had a good group of friends. It's not like you were hanging around with the wrong crowd. Like, Leslie will say I was a good kid, but will never acknowledge, except once in a blue moon. Like, once in a blue moon, Leslie will be like, all this shit I put you through as a kid, no wonder why you turned out the way you turned out. A little whoo-hoo, you know. Like, Leslie will say that, as a diss. Like, I gotta remember you turned out the way you turned out because of me, right? But there's no like apology, there's no like real acknowledgement. It's more so just like a joke, like a passing joke. Like, you're crazy. I guess I had something to do with that. I would take my stand against tyranny.
I am sick. I am sick of your shit. And when I'm not sick, I'm tired. I am sick and tired. What are you saying?
And I'm just like, no, I'm a good kid. I deserve to do this.
I come home in the morning like my mother says, when you gonna live your life right. The phone rings in the middle of the night. My father yells, what you gonna do with your life? Oh, girls just wanna have fun.
It's like, no, I'm a good kid. I deserve to do things. Like, I don't really ask you to do anything. Like, maybe I'll ask to go over to like these two girls' houses. I would ask to go to these two particular girls' houses, and I've known these girls, one of them since elementary school, but for some reason they don't remember me in meeting me in elementary school. But I remember. I remember meeting them in elementary, but it was only for like 1 or 2 days, and then I broke my ankle playing freeze tag, and then I left for months, or like a month or so. I don't know how long I left. It felt like months. And then the other girl I met in middle school, but I didn't start hanging out with both of them until high school. But I knew one from middle school, I knew one from elementary. Didn't start hanging out with them until like high school. So I didn't really ask to do anything. But I remember like certain incidences where maybe it was the very last day of school junior year, or the very last day of school senior year. No, it had to be junior year, because senior year my friend had a car. So it was like the very last day of school junior year, and they had a tradition since middle school of, oh my god, it was some geese and some baby geeselings. That was cute. That was so cute. But there was this tradition of them walking home from school since like elementary and middle school. I think what happened was I walked to my friend's home. Mind you, Leslie has said that I could go to that friend's house several times. So I'm not really thinking anything of it, because I'm like, Leslie knows his friend, Leslie knows their parents. So I think what happened was I called and I was like, hey Leslie, can you come pick me up? My god, Leslie lost their mind. It was all types of like bitches.
Bitch, say my name. Something will jump, but won't look my way. She's a bitch. See, I got.
It was all types of like bitches, and you gonna be just like Ashley is the other parent. At this time they're divorced. I'm living with Leslie. I'm a bitch. You gonna live with Leslie. I can't do this. You're so defiant. Why in the hell would you think this is okay? Whoopie whoop. And I'm like, I didn't think anything of it because you let me come over to this friend's house. Like, I've known this friend since middle school. You know their parents. Like, I didn't think anything of it. It's like a whole group of kids walking over to the apartments, the house, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. Instead of like just like talking to me like a normal parent, it's, I'm a bitch, I'm so fucking stupid. Stupid girl. So fucking stupid. How dumb can you be? So at this point, I have no way to get home because Leslie is like, no, you're so fucking dumb with your dumb ass. You found a way to get over there. Your dumb ass could find a way to get home. So I had to call like one of Ashley's friends to take me home. I got cursed out about that. You're so fucking stupid. Why would you have a random person take you? Why would you have a random person take you home? You're so fucking dumb. Like, that's that shit you get from Ashley. You're so fucking dumb. Why would you have a random person take you home? Another incident. I used to spin flags. I used to be in winter guard, aka color guard, but it was like for the winter strictly. And one time we went to this church, and you guys, I got lost, right? So I'm calling Leslie to come pick me up, and Leslie is like, where are you? And I'm like, that's a good question. I'm at a church. Where's the church at? I don't know. And when I tell you Leslie was trying to find me for 30 minutes, or I don't know how long Leslie was trying to take to find me, but finally I passed it off to like one of my coaches, and my coaches explained where I was, and I got cursed out again. You're so fucking dumb. How the hell you don't know where because the church was like 2 minutes away from my house. Like, the church was 2 minutes away from my house, and they're like, you're so fucking dumb, you don't pay attention to shit. Other incidences. Like, since we're talking about like Leslie picking me up and things, So you guys, with like marching band and things like that would be done at like 11 p.m. like 10 p.m. 11 p.m. I don't remember, but Leslie would not answer their phone. Like Leslie was I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it.
Once upon a time not long ago I was a hoe, and I'm admitting it. I won't take it back because I did the shit.
I can't take it back because I did this shit. I was a hoe. Past, present, and future tense. Okay, past, present, and future tense. Ain't no was a hoe. Leslie is still a hoe. And I don't hoe shame people, but when you put like other people that you're having sexual flings with over your kids, then I'm like, I'm gonna hoe shame you. Because what do you mean you're 2 to 3 hours late because you fell asleep at one of your friends' houses? Or like, if they didn't fall asleep at one of their friends' houses, it was like they fell asleep at our house, but the alarms kept going off and Leslie, so either it was Leslie was at one of they hoes' houses and they fell asleep, or Leslie was at our home and fell asleep. But like Leslie would be an hour to 2 hours late picking me up, and sometimes I would just ask Ashley, like, Ashley, can you pick me up? Or other times I would ask a friend's parent, like, can you pick me up? Got cursed out at that because, and mind you guys, well, it's one thing if it was just me there and nobody else had to wait on me while I waited on Leslie. But no, while I'm waiting on Leslie, the instructors can't go home. So mind you, it's like 10 p.m., 11 p.m., whenever like the football games got done. Okay, I told you guys I wasn't in color guard, but I was in marching band. I know, I was in orchestra, I was in winter guard, and I was in marching band. So the band instructors would have to wait for me until somebody picked me up, because you can't leave a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't leave a kid by themselves. And it's 10, 11 p.m. That's called abandonment. So I'm like horrified, mortified, terrified, because it's just like, my God, these instructors want to go home. It's like 10 p.m. It's like 11 p.m. And mind you, this has happened more times than I can count on one hand. Yes, more times than I can count on one hand. So it's like I'm already that kid with that parent. So if I can find a ride home and it's already been like an hour and Leslie is not answering their phone, like, you guys, I had a rule. If it's been 30 minutes to an hour and Leslie is not answering their phone, I'm calling somebody, because I know that this 30 minutes to 1 hour could turn into 2 hours, maybe even 3 hours. Like, one time I remember getting picked up at 12 a.m. and I'm pretty sure we either got out at 10 or 11. And it got to a point where I'm just like, if you haven't answered your phone in like 30 minutes to an hour, I'm gonna ask somebody else for a ride, because I don't want it to turn to 2 or 3 hours, and I don't want the instructors waiting on me. So I'm getting cursed out for that too. I've got,
don't ever ask me to pick you up. You're so dumb. Why you always do this shit? I'm so fucking tired of you. I'm tired. You can't live with me acting like this. You just act so fucking stupid. Like, you can't live with me acting like this. Why would you tell me to pick you up if you're gonna have somebody else pick you up? Why would you tell me to pick you up if you're gonna have somebody else pick you up? You already know I couldn't pick you up. Why you so stupid? Another
incident that was kind of like really heartbreaking to me, because it's like I didn't do anything until I was damn near 20. But I remember I was in like I think I was in middle school. If I wasn't in middle school, I was like just starting high school, and I caught a yeast infection, you guys. I caught a yeast infection. And when I tell you, I was getting paraded and cursed out, because it was like, who the
fuck are you sleeping with? Who the fuck are you sleeping with? You can only get this if you sleeping with somebody. What the fuck are you doing? I didn't raise you to be like that. You're gonna be just like Ashley.
And Ashley is my other parent. And I'm just like, wait a minute, this bitch is dumb, because nigga, you're the hoe.
I saw him with mine own eyes. Most shameful.
He's a knitter. Knitter.
You're the hoe. Like, y'all, when I tell y'all, this person was introducing me to other people quite frequently, and I wouldn't get introduced to them by their names. It would be like, this is school teacher, this is a computer person, this is bachelor degree. Like, that's how this person would introduce me to these people.
Brenda, Leticia, Linda, Felicia, Dawn, LaShawn, Inez, and Delisha, Teresa, Monica, Sharon, Nikki, Lisa, Veronica, Carrie, Peggy, Cookies. Well, I met her in an ice cream parlor.
Anyways, so had a yeast infection. Turns out my vagina is just really sensitive to fucking certain laundry detergents. Like, I have to use all. Well, not anymore, but back then, younger me, I had to use all. And if you don't know what all is, it's like a fragrant-free laundry detergent. Has no dyes, no chemicals. Well, maybe it has chemicals, I don't know, but it has no dyes or no fragrances. And so it turns out I just had to switch to that because that's what was causing my yeast infection. So, but when I tell you I was getting cursed out, right? Like, oh, you gonna be just like Ashley. What the fuck is wrong with you? You gonna be just like your sibling. By the way, my sibling is their stepchild. The fact that you're talking about your stepchild like that, and the fact that it's like, you're the fucking hoe.
I saw him with mine own eyes. Most shameful.
He's a knitter! Knitter!
You're the hoe. Why are you saying Ashley is the hoe? Why are you saying that my sibling is the hoe? You're the fucking hoe when you trying to push that down onto other people. Because, you guys, quiet as it's kept, I'm not even finna put that out there. But, like, I digress. And y'all, being a hoe isn't a bad thing. I don't know what the was wrong with Leslie. Like, anyways, so, had a yeast infection. Turns out my vagina is just really sensitive to fucking certain laundry detergents. Like, I have to use all. Well, not anymore, but back then, younger me, I had to use all. And if you don't know what all is, it's like a fragrant-free laundry detergent. Has no dyes, no chemicals. Well, maybe it has chemicals, I don't know, but it has no dyes or no fragrances. And so it turns out I just had to switch to that because that's what was causing my yeast infection. So, but when I tell you I was getting cursed out, right? Like, oh, you gonna be just like Ashley. What the fuck is wrong with you? You gonna be just like your sibling. By the way, my sibling is their stepchild. The fact that you're talking about your stepchild like that, and the fact that it's like, you're the fucking hoe.
I saw him with mine own eyes. Most shameful.
He's a knitter! Knitter!
You're the hoe. Why are you saying Ashley is the hoe? Why are you saying that my sibling is the hoe? You're the fucking hoe when you trying to push that down onto other people. Because, you guys, quiet as it's kept, I'm not even finna put that out there. But, like, I digress. And y'all, being a hoe isn't a bad thing. I don't know what the was wrong with Leslie. Like, y'all, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I ain't never gave a fuck about hoes. I ain't never gave a fuck about sex work. Like, you do you, boo. I don't give a fuck. But it's just the irony is not lost on me that you're the actual hoe. You can't even introduce these people to me by name. You're introducing these people to me by job profession or by the degrees they have. And you're over here calling my sibling a hoe. You're calling my other parent a hoe. And you're saying I'm a hoe for being in middle school and catching a yeast infection. And if I wasn't in middle school, it was like I was just starting off high school. Like, literally, y'all, just like literally going off on me. I ain't raised you to be this way. You're gonna have to get the fuck out if you're gonna be acting like Ashley. What is wrong with you? Like, you guys, sometimes Leslie would curse me out so bad I would hide in the bathroom. Because sometimes they would get their belt. But, like, it's not like Leslie used the belt on me quite frequently or anything like that. You know, like, and if Leslie did use the belt on me, it was more so like love taps. I never really actually got like a whooping. Or maybe like one time I did get an actual whooping and Leslie was actually trying to hurt me. But it was more so like love taps. Now my other sibling got they ass beat. And once again, it was for doing shit that kids do. Like one time my sibling was wearing a tank top and Leslie whooped they ass for wearing a tank top. So it was like, I didn't really get the ass whoopings. It was more so love taps. Maybe I got like one real ass whooping from Leslie, but it wasn't. But like, I would hide in the bathroom because Leslie would get the belt, or Leslie was just really cursing me out, calling me bitches, retarded, stupid. I'm gonna be just like Ashley, just like Leslie. And I would hide in the bathroom. And I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Like, just when I went back and it's like, I'm trying to escape from you. Like, you had me take off. I started off with 80 hours of vacation, ended up with 48 hours of vacation. Mind you, I wasted the first 3 days of vacation because Leslie did not verify their surgery date. Like, they kept ignoring the doctor's calls, kept ignoring them. They're trying to confirm with Leslie, hey, are you going to show up to surgery? Hello? And Leslie did not answer. So I wasted the first 3 days of my vacation doing nothing, just being at home because Leslie did not have their shit together. The second time it happened, I got cursed out because I'm like, hey, did you answer the doctor's call? Leslie was like,
don't keep fucking asking me about that shit. Let me know if you can't do it. Let me know if you can't do it.
Leslie, did you verify with the doctors or not? I'm not yelling at you, Leslie. I'm not raising my voice at you. Guess what, y'all? A few hours later, the doctor called me talking about, so we can't get in contact with Leslie to verify their appointment, to verify their date of surgery. Look, we can't get in contact with Leslie to verify their date of surgery. And so, you know, I called Leslie back smug as a bitch. Actually, I think I just texted Leslie. Texted Leslie like, don't you ever ask me to watch you again if you gonna catch it. No, actually I didn't. I wanted to say this. Oh my God, there's a lake over here. I should film the original video. I should really film the original video, but not like this. If you're wondering what the original video was supposed to be, well, whatever. Yeah, literally just cursing me out and hung up in my face because I'm like, hey, did you get in contact with the doctors? Come on, bro, get down the fucking road if you're gonna do that shit. Like, come on. Don't you hate when people pull out in front of you like they life depended on it, but they gonna drag ass? They gonna keep dragging ass. It's like, baby, why'd you pull out in front of me like that if you gonna drag ass? Are you okay? Well, you could have got whatever. Like, pull out in front of you like they life depended on it, baby, and then just drag. But anyways, so this is why I got triggered. You know, it was just like thing after thing with Leslie. And I wasn't even watching Leslie yet, okay? It was like the first incident. Leslie didn't verify with their doctor about the appointment. Leslie didn't answer the doctor's calls. Did I get an apology? No. So I'm already annoyed because it's like, you're not going to acknowledge that you wasted 3 of my days for vacation. You're not going to acknowledge you wasted 3 days of my vacation. And you guys, I didn't even enjoy those 3 days because I didn't plan for no vacation. What was I going to do? You know? God. So boom, almost had me waste another 3 days, almost had me waste 6 days in total of my vacation, cursing me out, telling me if you can't do it, then bye. Just cursing me out, just for the doctor to call me and say, hey, we can't get in contact with your parent. So that's how it started off. Then as we keep going, ignoring the doctor's orders, like not using me while I'm there. Like, why are you driving if I'm here? Why are you doing parkour across the garage if I'm here? Again, you guys will, I'm going to go into this later, but why are you telling me to shut up when I'm telling you to put your CPAP machine on because you could die? Like, just telling me to shut up every time. Like, I'm like, hey, the doctor told you not to do this. This is what I'm here for. The doctor told you not to do. This is what I'm here for. And I'm just getting told to shut up. Like, baby, I wasted 6 days of my vacation because Leslie did what the fuck Leslie wanted to do. There was no reason for me to be there. Wasted the first 3 days because they didn't verify. Wasted the last 3 days because why are you driving? Less than 24 hours of surgery. Why are you getting up and walking? Less than 24 hours of surgery. Why are you parkouring across the garage less than 24 hours after surgery? Why are you telling me to shut up when I'm telling you, hey, put your CPAP machine on so you don't, like, lose your breath in the middle of your sleep? Your breath in the middle of your sleep and die. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't just the fact that Leslie was like, you can't go to the lake. It's the fact that Leslie has been a fucking terror my whole life, and it's like 6 years since I've lived with Leslie, and they're still like not taking medication, not going to therapy, still just letting their bipolar and schizophrenia run rampant and taking it out on me. And so I know it seems silly, like, ooh, the lake, but you guys, no, it's more.
We have to go to a different location. Leslie is actually fuming. Leslie is actually fuming like, you know, those old school cartoons where they turn red and their face pops. Leslie is actually fuming. Okay, let's take this somewhere else.
He is fucking retarded. Everybody, get your ass out the house. Record this. Leave my house. Leave me in peace.
Alright. So that's Leslie. I disguised the voice and everything. But yeah, that's the person that I came over here to watch. And why is Leslie mad? Because I wanted to sit by the lake in their backyard. And I'm almost 30 years old. And I know you guys are like, well, what's tea, sis? Leslie has been here for 3 years. There are kids that have come out here to this lake. And we know the kids are okay because every time they trespass onto Leslie's property, Leslie calls the police. Mind you, Leslie has Ring cameras. Leslie has all that. So it's just like, I've been watching you for 4 days. I've been watching, you heard that? I've been watching this person for 4 days. And I'm like, I just want to fucking escape. Because literally, this, straight up, this person is bipolar. This person is schizophrenic. And they take that shit up. Oh, and not to mention this person was in the military too. Marines, as a matter of fact, and was a Marine. So can you imagine being bipolar, schizophrenic, and being in the Marines? Can you imagine Leslie being all those things and raising a little girl? But yeah, this will be my last time coming over here. I'm pretty much done. You never really truly can plan a bipolar snap. You guys, you have got to get help for your mental illnesses. Like, and trust me, this is coming from a person. Well, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about who this is coming from later. But it's coming from me. Someone who, well, that's what I was raised by. So you can imagine the mental, like that's what I was raised by. So you can imagine, you know what I'm saying? But that's not going to stop the show. So we're gonna go to another lake and we're gonna film this video at a different lake. All right, you guys. I have a whole script. Like, I can't lie. I have a whole script, but I need to get to this lake. So let's just talk. Yeah. So the reason why I created this channel is because I'm a very sad, lonely person. I'm sad and I am lonely, and I don't think I deserve it. It's like, did I have a smart mouth with Leslie? Yes. Did I have an attitude with Leslie? Yes. And that's just because I'm here to watch you for a surgery and to help nurse you back to health. And every which way you're turning, you're showing like F you. I don't care. Like, every which way you're showing me F you. I don't care the sacrifices you put in. I don't care that, oh, you started off with 80 hours of vacation. And now after me, you only have like 40 hours or what, 42, 46. Like, every which way showing me just F you. And you guys, I just want to deal with people who aren't that, I genuinely don't think I deserve it. Like I said, because I was raised by that, sure, I have mental things that I need to work on. I have therapists that I need to attend. By the way, she looks like cool like that's whenever I get a bitch rock. I guess whenever I guess you'll never stop on this rock till I'm motherfucking because I'm about to misbehave. And I guess we'll never know what she looks like girl like. Leslie won that round. I tried to go to another lake to finish filming the video because I'm just like, I planned on filming a video by the lake today. And Leslie is not going to stop me from doing that. So I went to another lake, and there was a barbecue party, kids party being thrown. I mean, the lot was so full that there was no parking spots. Well, there was one parking spot, but the lady was like, don't take my parking spot, I'm coming right back. Don't take my parking spot, I'll be right back. Now you can park right there now. So technically there was one parking space, but. So you guys, I don't know where we're doing this video. Are we going to do this in the car? We're going to, I don't know, y'all. I'm thinking I don't know. I'm actually quite upset. Am I? No, I was quite upset like 2 hours ago. It's been 2 hours since that whole situation has happened. I'm on the way back to Ashley's house. It's so crazy because my boss and I were just talking about how being a caretaker is a thankless job. Like, if you're taking care of somebody, it's just a thankless job, especially if they're from a certain generation, especially like military people. It's like, if you're from a certain generation and you're military, it's like, can't nobody tell you nothing, baby. And not only that, right? Can't nobody tell you nothing. But in addition to that, also, everybody else is wrong, right? Like, you can't just leave it at, can't nobody tell me nothing.
They can't tell me nothing. Like, you can't just, they can't just leave it at that. It's also like, can't nobody tell them nothing. And everybody else is wrong. I'm just like, I don't get it, Leslie. You've lived here for 2 or 3 years. There are always kids playing out back in the lake. There's kids riding around the neighborhood right now. Mind you, Leslie can see the lake from their yard. Leslie can see the lake from their yard. And not only that, you guys, Leslie can see the lake from across the motherfucking housing complex. I swear to y'all, Leslie can see that stuff, that shit, that sugar honey iced tea, that shot. See the motherfucking lake from across the complex. Because Leslie was walking around the complex like we were going for a walk. We were going for a walk. I got done with my walk ahead of Leslie. Why? Because Leslie was doing surgery. Or Leslie just had surgery like 4 days ago. So Leslie is taking their time, moving slowly, all that good stuff, because they just had surgery, right? So boom, I get done with my walk. I head back to the house. I'm like, shit, I'm gonna go to the lake and do this, record this video. Boom. Leslie is not done with their walk, mind you. They are yelling from across the motherfucking housing complex. You guys, I shit you not. Like a block over. Am I exaggerating? Is it a block over? No, because it was like, we have like 5-10 different cul-de-sacs. I swear to y'all, it was like 2 cul-de-sacs over. Leslie is yelling, Niche, get your ass back up! I'm like, are you kidding me, bro? Like, you can literally see me. Broad daylight. You've lived here for 2 or 3 years. You've seen kids playing in the lake. There's Ring cameras out there. Leslie has Ring cameras. And you guys, I know you might be like, it's not that serious. Like, why didn't you just leave the lake? It's not that serious. Why didn't you just leave the lake? When I tell y'all, Leslie has been harassing me this whole freaking time. I could not escape Leslie. I could not escape this person. And I know y'all are like, weren't you there to be their caretaker? Yes. Why? I don't know. The doctor said don't drive for 3 days. Leslie is literally arguing with me like I'm about to drive. And I'm like, no, you're not. I'm about to drive. No, you're not. I'm about to drive. No, you're not. Driving less than 24 hours after their surgery. Then, once again, 24 hours, 48 hours after their surgery, driving again. Has a CPAP machine. Could quite literally die by not sleeping on the CPAP machine. I'm having to fight Leslie to use their CPAP machine. Okay, other things. Leslie just won't sit down. I'm like, if you need something, tell me. They won't sit down. Like, they're climbing stuff. I know you're like, what do you mean they're climbing stuff? Like, Leslie is a hoarder. So in order to, like, it was a situation where we had to keep flipping the switch back on because the lights kept cutting out. What's it called? The lights kept short-circuiting. And so because the lights kept short-circuiting, we had to keep going to the garage to turn the lights on. Or not whatever. Mind you, Leslie is a hoarder, so it's like doing parkour, that bitch. Parkour!
So technically they are doing parkour as long as point A is delusion and point B is the hospital.
It's literally like that. And so I'm like, Leslie, don't be stupid. Don't be parkouring across the garage. Let me do the parkour across the garage to turn the lights on. I'm crying. Going on this way. My life in 2 pieces. This is my last resort. Suffocation, no breathing. Don't give a damn if I come out bleeding. Who give you wrong, who give you right? Because I'm losing my sight, losing my mind. Wish somebody would tell me I'm. I'm gonna fight them all. A 7-nation army couldn't hold me back. Don't you love it when parents take each other's side? So Ashley calls me because I guess Leslie and Ashley talked. And Ashley's like, Leslie is just a concerned parent. And I'm like, sure, I get that, right? Like, sure, I get that. But the line for me gets drawn when I'm getting cursed out at. The line for me gets drawn when I'm getting called out of my name. I'm getting called retarded. I'm getting called stupid. And whatever else that was said in that video. Here's the thing, right? Because I don't know what it is with Ashley, but Ashley will literally just hear somebody's words and they're like, it makes sense because nobody lies. Okay? Because now Ashley is like, well, Leslie said there's mountain lions out there. Leslie never told me there was no mountain lions. And Leslie never said, hey, Niche, there's mountain lions out there. All Leslie said was there's snakes out there. There's a snake in my boot. I'm gonna be for real with y'all.
I get it. There's a snake in my boot.
I got health insurance. I don't care about getting bit by a snake. Survival of the fittest, am I right? Like, survival of the fittest. Like, I just want a day out on the lake. Not even a day out on the lake. An hour or two out on the lake. Like, I don't care about no snakes, okay? If a snake gets me in 1 or 2 hours and I'm just sitting in front of the lake, then damn, survival of the fittest. I guess I deserved it. But no. So, Leslie called Ashley. No, or I don't know who called who. So Leslie is like just adding extra details with Ashley. Leslie has not told Ashley how they have, like, you guys, I couldn't go for a walk by myself. Okay, I'm not even gonna lie. I tried to sneak away by getting things that Leslie needed, right? I'm like, okay, Leslie, you need some what's that thing called, milk and magnesia, in case you're constipated. Okay, I'll go get the milk of magnesia. By myself. Because you need to be resting. Because you just had surgery, please. Because mind you guys, I'm over here watching Leslie throw their health away. Like, they're just driving even when the doctor said don't drive. They're doing parkour less than 24 hours after surgery. Okay, they're going for like 3-4 hour rides. Am I lying? 3-hour rides into the city instead of just being home resting. Okay, Leslie, I'm watching Leslie not put on their CPAP machine when they're sleeping. Like, I'm watching Leslie do all these things detrimental to their health. Mind you, what are you doing? Like, if you don't turn. That shit pissed me the fuck off. Oh my god. Like, why the fuck would you take so long to turn? Anyways. Ooh, new homes?
Next light, turn left.
Oh, girl, I know where I'm at, girl. It's fine, girl. Like, we good, girl. Like, mind you, my parents are damn near in their 60s. Hear what I'm saying? My parents are damn near in their 60s. I don't want to watch Leslie sit here and just do the most stupid shit. Like, they're not about to be on double ARP. Not like, I don't want to sit here and watch Leslie sit here act like the life expectancy in the United States isn't like 70 to 80 years old and they're just throwing away years by doing stupid shit. Like, I don't want to sit there and watch my parent injure themselves further, nor do I want to be stressed out by my parents injuring themselves further. Also, this is my vacation, okay? Start off with 80 hours of vacation, ended up with like 46 or 48 hours of vacation. So I'm like, I want to go enjoy myself. Like, bro, let me go get your milk of magnesia. Let me go get, what else? Your, what was it? Oh, okay. We got to get something to eat. Let me go to Walmart. I'll get a rotisserie chicken. I'll get some frozen vegetables. We have rice at the house. Let me go do that by myself. Leslie will not let me do anything by myself. And so, you guys, I know this may sound crazy. I couldn't even go on a walk by myself. Mind you, I told y'all. Leslie just had surgery. She wouldn't even let me go for a walk by myself around the neighborhood. Like, would rather F up their hernia. So I could not get away. But it's like, oh, you're forcing me to watch you do stupid stuff day in, day out, and I can't escape from you doing stupid stuff, and I'm just stressed 24/7. Like, I did not sign up for this. I signed up to take care of you. I didn't sign up to watch you, like, deteriorate your body day in, day out. So yeah, could I have just did what Leslie said? Yes. But honestly, at this point, at 29, no. Like, I'm almost 30. No. And then also, oh, he's fine. He's really fine. Also, not only that, but Leslie and I had this little competition going, right? Had this competition going. Who can get to 195 first? So it was like, hold up, you guys. I already knew it was going to be a doozy watching him for the next week or 5 days, 3 or 4 days, whatever. I already knew it was going to be a doozy watching Leslie. Like 4 to 6 hours after surgery, when it's time to get Leslie's medication, and I'm like, all right, Leslie, we're going to go to the drive-thru of CVS. And Leslie's like, no, 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 no. And I'm like, Leslie, you just had your stomach split the fuck open, baby. Like, baby, you just had your stomach split the fuck open, baby. Why would you want to get out the car to walk into CVS and walk all the way to the back of the store and walk all the way to the front of the store? Mind you, this motherfucker is coming off of anesthesia. So this nigga is woozy, lightheaded, feeling like they could pass out at any second. At any second. And I'm like, if you're still hopped off the anesthesia, if you're still full of woozy, if you're still feeling like you're going to pass out, mind you, it's only 4 to 6 hours after surgery that you're going. Why would you walk into CVS just to walk all the way to the back of the store? Just to have to wait for your medication. Just to walk all the way back to the front of the store just to get into the car. And mind you, Leslie was still trying to do other things. Okay. Leslie was still trying to do other things. Don't forget to blur out your neighborhood. Please, Niche. Please, Niche. Blur the fuck up out of your neighborhood. Please. Hello? Okay. So, Leslie was like, really like, take me to a store. Just take me to the store. 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 I'm going to get out and walk if you don't take me to the store. If you don't take me to the store, I'm gonna get out and walk. I'm like, you gonna walk all the way from the drive-thru to the inside of the store? So boom, tell me why we get into CVS and Leslie's tweaking on these workers. Like, the workers have to make the workers have to make Leslie's medicine, right? So duh, Leslie, you have to wait. Leslie is getting pissed off that they have to wait because, oh, they're in pain. They're hopped up off the anesthesia. And I'm like, you're a fucking dummy. You're so stupid. You're dumb. That's a box of rocks. Hello? Is there anybody home? Over here about ready to curse out the CVS workers because this motherfucker is in pain, because this motherfucker decided to go into CVS instead of waiting in the drive-thru. Mind you, you guys, had all this not went down during the weekday or during the 3 days that I was watching him, it's like very controlling, just misogynistic, red pill behavior. I hate to say that about Leslie, but it was just some misogynistic, red pill, degrading behavior. Like, I'm literally getting told to shut up. Like, literally, like, shut up. When I'm like, put your CPAP on before you die in your sleep. I'm getting told to shut up because I'm like, I'm not letting you drive. It hasn't even been 24 hours and you're trying to drive and they told you not to drive for 3 days. Shut up.
When they ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
yes, you guys, I have to escape. It's day 4. It's day 4. I have to escape. So me going on the walk was my escape. Me going on the walk around the neighborhood, that was my escape, because I'm like, I can't go get your milk and magnesia by myself. I can't go get like the rotisserie chicken by myself, the vegetables by myself. I can't do anything by myself as a 29-year-old, damn near 30-year-old woman. So I'm just like, okay, let me sit down in my thinking chair and think. When you think, you take a step at a time and you can do anything that you want to do.
Okay, now that we're in our thinking chair, let's think.
I said, I'm going to speed through this little walk. I'm going to speed through the walk. I'm going to speed through the walk. I'm going to speed through the walk. Then, once I'm done with my walk, because Leslie is in pain because of surgery. Like, it's going to take 3 weeks to a month to heal. And it's only day 4. And you're out walking. So I'm like, I'm going to speed walk to the lake to get away. Leslie saw me like 2 blocks over at the lake. Leslie saw me 2 blocks over at the lake and lost their shit. And I was like, actually, no. Actually, no. I've dealt with you enough. Like, literally, I just came here to watch you, and I'm getting told to shut up. I'm getting called a retard. I'm getting called stupid. And I came here to take care of you. You're not doing me any favors right now. And I'm getting told to shut up, retard, you're slow. Hello? No. I'm going to go to the lake, and I don't care what you're saying. All this, I don't care. Because this whole fucking 4 days, you've been terrorizing me. It really has been my whole life, you guys. And it's like, as a kid, I was trying to, looking back on my childhood as an adult, I think I've made way too many excuses for Leslie. Because my thing is, of course, parents are going to want to protect their daughters. Their daughters are vulnerable, right? Their daughters are vulnerable. But I'm just like, nah, bro. I already know if Leslie had a son, half the shit that was imposed on me would not be imposed on that son. Half of this shit said to me would probably not be said to that son. And just in general, like, you can't verbally abuse your kids. You can't verbally abuse your kids, man. And Leslie has been doing that since I've been in like middle school. Like, ever since Leslie and Ashley separated, and so I would go over to Leslie's. I actually lived with Leslie. I lived with Leslie until I was like college age. And then once Leslie moved out of that house, I moved into my own apartment. So I lived with Leslie from like middle school to college. It was like after the divorce and I moved in with Leslie, that's when all the abuse began. Like, it's like, oh, you're just like effing Ashley. You're gonna be just like your effing sibling. You're so dumb. You're so this. You're a bitch. You're this. You're that. Come to find out, this person has bipolar and schizophrenia. So now it's making sense. And it's just like, I don't know. I did block Leslie. And I sent Leslie a text message. And I'm not gonna say it word for word, but what I will say but I'll paraphrase it. Yelling at me, cursing me out, and calling me out my name over me going to a lake in a neighborhood that you've lived in for 2 years. Cursing me out and yelling at me when you can see me at the lake from 2 blocks over. You can see me at the lake because the lake is in your backyard. So you can see me in the lake in your backyard. Mind you, Leslie, kids have been going to this lake for 2+ years and nothing has ever happened. You yelling and cursing me out for wanting to sit by the lake and it is insane. And I said, I hope it was worth it to lose your daughter. And I hope the other daughter that you're being a deadbeat parent to can find it in their heart to accept you into their lives because you're no longer welcome to be a part of mine. And I said, and I hope it was worth it to lose the very last family member, because mind y'all, Leslie's mom don't want to deal with them. Leslie's brothers don't want to deal with them. Sister doesn't want to deal with them. Leslie's, you even burn your bridge. How you even burn your bridge with your nieces? This is very hard. Not using like genders. Like maybe I should just, you know what I'm saying, use genders or something because it's very hard. But essentially, what I'm saying is Leslie thought that one of the in-laws was coming for Leslie's spouse. Leslie thought that one of their in-laws was trying to come for Leslie's spouse. And so Leslie went plumb the fuck off on my grandma, on my cousin, aka Leslie's niece, and he went apeshit on his spouse. My bad. I know the scenery keeps changing. That's my bad. Short story long. I ended it with saying, you've lost the last family member that was willing to put up with your mental illness. And I said, and I'm not putting up with that, like, unless you get help, unless you get on therapy, if you must get on medication, if medication isn't your thing, as long as you get some therapy, like you have to get help for your mental illness because I can't keep, no, I can't. Or I went there to help you and be your caretaker, not caretaker, but you know what I'm saying. And I winded up wanting to run away from you. I'm sorry, this is just me reflecting. The last thing that I said to Leslie was, unless you get help for your mental illness, I can't be around you. I can't deal with you. Like you've lost your last family member that's willing to put up with you because everybody has isolated themselves from Leslie. And of course, when Leslie was relaying this to my other parent, Ashley, Ashley was like, yeah, Leslie was just coming from the view of a concerned parent. But it's like the whole 4 days you've just been an asshole. Like it's one thing if you're like, hey man, listen, you gotta go because I just don't want you by the lake, and you keep going by the lake, like you have to leave. Okay, cool. But like just the whole 4 days just telling me to shut up when I'm trying to take care of you, just making my life difficult, just being so hard at, like I can't. But then it's like I have to obey every single order. Bye guys. I don't have anything else to say. I'm just truly disappointed. Not surprised, but yeah.